Hello, everyone. So I wanted to put this video recording in to add more clarity of looking beyond stocks, a clear vision ahead. Okay, so the whole object is to see beyond stocks. So let's have a stock of, let's create a stock of value of $1,250. 1250. There are 10 persons in that stock. So one, two. Right? So let's work on what each of those persons worked out. So equals of this value divided by that. So each person gave $125. Let's absolute that and that. That's it. So that means that 10 persons, these 10 persons, each put 125 in. No, I mean, let's put that in like this. Right. Now, that's understanding. And what is the result of that? Each person gets this. Each person gets that amount. Every person in that stat gets $1,250. No, we want you to look beyond this. Look beyond this. So you're going to look beyond this. You're going to put this here and let's look beyond. I'm going to put that as red. Right? You want to look beyond that. So verification badge 1, verification badge 1. That is one badge. That will indicate what that badge includes. And this is what will be happening for the foreseeable future for the next 5 years. So when person asks what happens to a stack, what happens to ding night, all of those questions will be clearly understood. Two, three, and last one is verification badge of 4. These badges are not time specific. This could have took 1 year to do. This could have been done 1 week. This could be in 1 day, and this could be done in 1 hour. These badges are not time specific. Okay, badges are not time specific. Okay, so since they're not time specific, you can take as long as you want to do this. You can take as however long you want to do that, and this and that. They are not time specific. Okay, so what is in verification badge 1? Creating a new email, creating a new pocket option account. Let me just put that over here. And this, I think once that is done, contact the group, the cohort group, with assistance in funding account. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. So that at the end of your verification badge, you've created a new email, you created a new pocket option account, as well as you contacted a person, one member of the cohort team, and they've assisted you in funding your account with trades, not taking your funds and actually converting it into cryptocurrency, and you're exchanging your hard-earned money for nothing. That way, your funds stay here securely in the Barbados economy, but you still get funds into your pocket option account. So that's verification badge 1. Now, let's walk and see what happens in verification badge 2. 1, live copy trading occurs, and nothing else. Nothing else happens for this. So one trade could have happened. 11 trades. But it has to be at least one live copy trade. If you fund your account and you do not connect it to the cohort team, you are at the verification badge 2 pending. It just stays there. Okay, so nothing goes on. So to move to verification badge 3 is that you decide that you want to take those funds off of said platform. Now, verification badge 3 is a pivotal moment. So you've taken your funds off of the Pocket account and placed it into your own wallet. So self-custody. In other words, you must have your own keys. Just similar to opening the keys to your home, similar situation of starting your car, and other keys to a safe. These passphrases prove that only you have access to this wallet. That's what self-custody is. And self-custody are a few platforms that we're of. Trust Wallet, Garda.com, and others. Okay. So we're allowing persons to realize that we are going to promote you using platforms that have self-custody. Self-custody is verification badge, meaning that we're not allowing person to swip and swap. You have your funds in a pocket option account, and before you place it into X opportunity, and that opportunity is taking long, you want to take that and swap it into something else. No. Also, we're not allowing you to take from funds that are numerically or calculated. We call those unrealized gains. You haven't reached verification badge 3 as yet. Yeah. So you have to prove to us that these funds are on one of these platforms. Once you get the self-custody process will get better the more times you do this. As you go through this process over and over again, allow that. No, verification badge gives you choice. I mean, all up to here is choice. But you can either send your funds to Bitcoin.BB here in Barbados, or you can choose to send your funds back to the stack, back to another stack, back to the same stack. You can bless a friend to their wallet. However, this part here is very important that you maintain self-custody. We're not encouraging persons to take pocket option. Let pocket option be familiar with one account and one account only. And that way, once you have in your own wallet, your own off-chain, your own chain location, you can determine where that goes. And there are also a number of other processes we allow you to onboard. There's PayPal, there's First Caribbean, there's M-Money, and there's so many of them. There's Wise, there's Nexo.com, and the list just goes on and on and on. And we're adding some pretty cool ones. WirePay, which is a virtual card. There's also PayPal as well, and much more. So I want to end off this recording with this statement. I spoke to one of the participants this morning, and I love what he said to me. He said to me, Carl, I am not going to be going to B.E.Y.O.N.D anytime soon. I want my funds to grow and grow and grow. I wouldn't go on to say what else he said afterwards. Yeah. But the point he made, and I listened back to the VM as I responded to him, and I said to myself, and my wife made a comment on it. And she said, Carl, life is more than spending money. That spending money is a two-sided coin. It is more than the funds that have in your pocket, because that's what we call spending money, money that we have at our physical hands. That is actually verification badge 4, not even badge 3, because you can't spend crypto in Barbados as yet. So verification 4 is you having control over where that money goes. So life is more than about just spending money, as well as the verb action of spending money. Life is more about that. So when someone determines that they want to have a refund, like for example, let's say this person here wants to have a refund for whatever reason, life happens. To not destabilize the system works very well with or without, because remember, these funds here are still in Barbados, that not gone anywhere else. And then going forward, now we're going to have a 25% split. This is option 1. And 75% stays on proxy for refund. Right? That's what happens. Option two is a little bit different. You get 25 goes to the cohort, 25% goes to the cohort, and that part is mandatory going forward. That's a cohort. And then 50% for the proxy refund, and this is the Vision Infinity stack. All the ideas that I'm going to be developing that I have now and going forward, person can so be a part of it. So in this case, option one is 0%. You don't want to be part of that, that's fine. This is all voluntary. So this is mandatory. This is also mandatory. This is voluntary, right? And this is 25% here. And you add up, it equals a sum of all this. %, and this should also add up to 100%. Right, great. So let's say, for example, someone wants a refund. Remember, these funds are here in Barbados. They're not going anywhere. One or two things happen. The person, remember, the cohort team has received 25% of these actual funds. The person either gets back 75% or 50%. Remember, this does not affect the cohort team because they are mathematically matching anything that happens here. So refunding person does not destabilize the network, as well as person taking funds out of stacks. These stats are a symbolism of what we're doing digitally. Okay, so anything a person contribute to a stack, those values are numerically matched. Those funds always stay here in Barbados and don't go anywhere. However, going forward now, we want to cut down that flake methodology of once somebody encounters something for whatever reason, life, or they were confused and they, or their expectations, however big or small they were not met, persons can ask for refund. So allowing persons to understand the full gamut of all this. Now, let me show you the beauty of how this entire system works. This system manages stacks and process. Okay, so you contribute to this. This is where you contribute to. The cohort team manages the verification badges process. Now, as funds move around, there is an opportunity, there is one, for a person to benefit from when a person refunds. So let's let a scenario. I give this in the voice message, 4,000 US, and put a US dollars here, USD. A person asks for 4,000, and this is the culmination of all the funds the person put in, because the platform does not do partial refunds. Let's say you place funds over 2 or 3 months into this, and you just want about one portion, and the platform does not do partial refunds. We do an entire 100% refund. So in the event that you 100% of whatever you indicated as refundable, yeah. So in this case, the person wanted option one. The person indicated that 25% of this goes to the cohort team. This is cohort, and this is proxy refund. So once that person makes all those contributions available, that times 25%, this is option one. Option one. And then based on one, that equals to this times 75%, because they choose the option one, 75%. That person then gets back $3,000 because they gave these funds for a purpose. The algorithm does not take into effect human mindset. Person's mind are flipping. This is designed for a person who have bought in the vision and want to go with the vision wherever it goes. So the understanding of asking for your funds back doesn't really fall into the algorithm. However, it works in a relation of, let's say, life happens. So what we're going to do is allow each person who wants to contribute to this process. Let's say 5 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This person gave $10. This person gave 100. You see what I'm doing here? The open stats that a person tried to like circumvent, I've then shifted it upside down, let it affect persons who we are actually allowing those persons who are leaving for whatever reason, persons benefit when persons ask for refund. So $500. Let's say that's 35, and let's call that 15. Okay. Now all those persons put in a total sum of that amount. That amount is a far cry from this. But remember, these are actual funds. Okay. And then based on how we all remember how those first stats works, is then what happens? This is equal to 3,000. So equal to this, absolute that, absolute this. And look at what we also add another person, the person who's actually getting the refund. This is the refund person here. Yeah. So allowing you to realize this is what happens. This is the value. So me absolute, I think that's the absolute value. All right, yeah, good. That means 1 gets 3,000, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is the person here being refunded. This is the person here being funded as well. No, it doesn't stop there. So these persons gave what they gave to assist in the refunding process. And the person here is the refund person here. They get 3,000 US. And each person that contributed to the refund. Remember, the reason why you're doing it is because it's so cool how whole stacks works. No, this is a refund. What if we turn stuff down upside down? Let's copy all of this. Copy all of this. Let's literally copy it. Yeah. And call this a deposit. Somebody wants to inject $3,000 into the system. They actually give us 3,000 US. They deposit 3,000 US. So what happens? Using the same process, but there's no longer refund now. This is a deposit. Somebody placed a deposit, and persons. Oh, this is Vision. This is Vision Infinity Stat only. This is a feature. This is Infinity Stat feature only. So the Vision Infinity Stat will have some really cool features attached to it. Yeah. So when you are part of the Vision Infinity Stat, any person who puts funds into any stat across the board, you instantly get what they get. How awesome is that? So someone put in 3,000 into this, and you put $10 in it to assist anything a person. But my team has to do what actual trades, so they can't do actual trades with imagining money. They need funds and pocket options. So you just say, you know what? I'm gonna these values are non-refundable, non-refundable. However, each person gets 3,000 plus the person. And not only that, that person deposited 3,000, they're part of the Vision 50 stat, and they get instant break-even trades. That is another cool feature of Vision 50 stats. Any funds you put into the stat records it, values it, but you also instantly get the funds back again. So in other words, this person gets $3,000 in the stat plus $3,000 back. They instantly got their deposit back. Only those person who made a non-refundable amounts, they only get 3,000, but the other person gets equals to this plus that. They get 6. Let me just increase this a little bit. So awesome is that. So I'm showing you how versatile this entire process is. Okay. So imagine that we're looking beyond stats. That's the whole point of this recording, looking beyond this. This is a very cool feature, but I want you to look beyond this. Yeah. And then looking at the 4 badges. Verification 1, email, option, contact a member team. Great. Verification badge 1 issued. 2, make sure that there's some funds going on, more than one, so from trading, my apologies. Then you get your verification badge 2. 3, you have to prove, then you do take those funds from option or whatever platform you're using, and you prove self-custody. Once you've proven to us that the funds are in your possession, self-custody, not on a platform that you have no control what happens to your funds. And that is not sites like which is quote unquote, which is huge. Binance, nope. Kraken, no. These platforms do not give you. They don't give you your keys. So the terminology in crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. If you don't have the keys to your crypto, if you don't have the passphrase, that crypto is not yours. It is the platforms that you have those funds on, it belongs to them. Only when you take those funds off and put it in a self-custody wallet, meaning that you have the keys for it, that is when you have access to those assets. Okay. And then verification badge for either you can send these funds to Bitcoin BB and get it in cash, less your 4% fee, which is less 4% fee. Yeah. Or you send it back to stack, no fees, back to the same stack, give you no fees. And then you can bless a friend or family with the crypto. There's so many ways you can get a verification badge of 4. And last but not least, allowing persons to benefit from a refund element that persons for whatever happened, they're asking for their funds back, and you can contribute to that said refund, and every dollar for dollar they receive back, you get as well. And this feature here is only Vision Infinity Stack feature only. When funds come in, persons make deposits to not only in Vision Infinity Stack, but anything in the system, and you are a member of the Vision Infinity Stack, any funds you give, you get instantly what? And this is funds coming into the network, not leaving. Okay. So the entire ecosystem is so cool. I just want person to realize that we are part of it, and all us to really show you what is coming up in the next coming weeks. Everyone, be blessed and stay connected.